Welcome to the rookie lap or the veteran lap, because this is year 2 now that they've actually done a race.
Season
Welcome.
2.
Season 2.
Year 2.
Dose for our Spanish listeners. The one of you that's listening. I appreciate you. Thank you from that video we did on Mexico last year.
Piva.
Yeah.
All that.
Thank you. I only know the words hola, comprende.
Amigo.
But can you speak New Zealand?
I want to call somebody a wanker.
Hello,
Okay.
Or is that Australian? I don't know.
I think they're New Zealanders, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're all, but New Zealand,
Yeah,
Australia,
but
they
the
kind of talk the
accent.
same.
Australians.
Their accents are all...
I'm going to offend somebody on here saying they talk the same. They're going to say, no, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
They say, or we say, oh.
Okay. Good for them.
Well...
Getting canceled already.
Got 47,000 different dialects in the United States, and we're worried about an R.
That's right.
Anyhow, where are we going with this?
You know what I'm concerned
I don't
about?
like the word dialect. That's too big for us dumb rednecks.
I'm concerned about Bowman Gray here because, see, in America we spell it Gray, but do the people that watch it in British spell it Bowman Grey, and they look it up on Google and they can't find it?
I don't know.
Because the British people, they spell it Grey. We spell it GRA.
They do everything backwards.
Well, I was disappointed because Alex Bowman would not play the role of Alex Bowman, the Gray Snowman.
They didn't build a snowman?
No, I thought that was pretty lame. I mean, his name is Bowman, and there was snow. Bowman the Snowman.
Okay. That would have been something worth seeing, I guess.
Whatever.
There was all kind of NASCAR stuff going on here. You realize that they got delayed because of Ryan Blaney's wife?
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, it was Winter Storm Gianna.
Oh, okay. I was going to say clue us in now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was all her fault. But, whatever. So,
Yeah,
they
well,
finally raced on Wednesday.
Is that what you call it?
Clashed. They clashed on Wednesday.
That's a more accurate description. There was a clash, not
They
a race.
played Wreckfest. That's what they played. Somebody didn't put in NASCAR 25. They put on Wreckfest.
So go ahead, Austin. Fill us in on what your thoughts are on the...
Well, I feel like the first 100 laps, the first half, when the track was in good shape, they had a pretty good show. There was some just passing going on. There wasn't a bunch of wrecks. I don't remember. I think there might have been like one wreck. And then the rain, snow, whatever came down, and they changed tires or the track in a worse condition, and it just went to a free-for-all. And I think it made them look way worse. Because I'd say if the first 100 laps went like the second 100 laps, everybody would have been all right with how it turned out.
I don't know. I just don't care about watching what's supposed to be the best drivers and some of the fastest cars out there accelerating for 3 seconds and then hard on the binders.
Yeah,
I mean, you hear, they're off of it just almost as soon as they get on it. But everybody's got an opinion about it. I just think that track is too small for those cars.
So how much bigger are today's cars than when they used to race there?
It don't matter. The cars they have, when did they start racing there? 1937 or something? 72. Well, that was stupid to race that long, but I can understand why they would have raced there in the 40s and the 50s or whatever. I mean, the cars wouldn't get out of their own way, to be quite honest. They couldn't accelerate. They had no horsepower. 300 horsepower was a tremendous amount in a boat. It's just a huge car that had no aerodynamics, no handling.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It made for a show. I think there's better tracks to do it at than a quarter-mile track.
Well,
I've raced on a bull ring in a little mini stock car, and you were barely on the throttle there.
yeah.
And if you wanted to pass somebody, you knocked them out of the way, was typically how you had to pass them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that brings me to my first question of, should the class stay there or should it be moved?
Move it somewhere. Somewhere you can get a bit more of an exciting actual race out of it. It's like Frank said, either you get acceleration then stop and they really don't pass much, or you get like you just got and they just end up wrecking everybody because of something that falls on the track. Move it somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
Go back to Daytona.
definitely
really
not
was
the
a
place to
horrible
race in
Daytona.
Daytona because you can accelerate there
Yeah.
under normal circumstances.
Well, yeah, that's my next thing. I say yes, move it. Now, do we just go back to Daytona or should we be?
See, I've already figured this out. I know where to go. I know what works. They might have to build a few new stands, but I've already figured out the track to carry it to.
Yeah.
The Freedom Factory.
Yeah.
It's way
That's
down in
right.
Florida. The chance of snow down there is like so limited. The hype that you would get from that is incredible. What do they got? 14,000 seats or something at Bowman Gray?
Something like
Yes.
that.
14, 15.
I haven't looked at the length of Cletus's track, but I'm assuming it's bigger than a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, yeah, what would it take to throw up some more seats down there? I'd drive down there and go watch it.
Yeah, no kidding. I would too.
Ryan Priest says move it to New Smyrna, which I don't know much
well,
about that track, but
Hey, they do a lot of good racing there. Yeah, let's pick us a small track in Florida. That makes a lot more sense. Now, of course, there's going to be as NASCAR. Are they going to be allowed to run at their tracks and whatever contractual thing? But I'm sure Cletus would be on board if they wanted to carry it down there to his track.
yeah,
More than
of
likely.
course. Yeah, Cletus will
And
take
he
where-
knows how to put a show on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, you're going to have more than just that. He'll probably have a whole week of stuff going on down there.
yeah.
They'll have bus races and
Oh, yeah.
Wheelchair races.
yeah.
Shopping cart races.
That's right. Yeah, run backwards with a boat attached to the front of your car races. I don't know what he'll have, but yeah, he put on a show. I just think I'm being dead serious. I think that would be
Yeah.
one heck of a place to have a race if they had the capacity to put enough seats around it. Because if all they're concerned about 14,000 at Bowman Gray, how hard would it be to pack that many around his track?
I think we need to go a step further and say heck with having them race their actual cars and make them all race Crown Vics instead, like they do at the Freedom Factory.
Hey, I'm on board.
Get all of your best drivers in NASCAR and say you got to run a Crown Vic. Paint it if you want to, like your sponsor car. Do whatever. I don't care. I think that'd be funny. Imagine that. Crown
Now,
Vic.
are you going to let the teams build their own Crown Vics?
Absolutely.
Oh man, people gonna be wanting those cars.
Absolutely.
Those
You
cars
know
will
how
bring $60,000.
You know how awesome that would be if you had a Hendrick car making a Crown Vic.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
I don't know. There's a whole lot of other options there. I think that would be better than Bowman Gray. I think that's where we're getting at with this.
Yeah. I personally want it to go back to Daytona just so that we can have Speed Weeks back. I feel like that was a perfect lead up to what's supposed to be the biggest race there is.
But if you have it in Florida somewhere in general, couldn't you say that's part of Speed Weeks?
You
Yeah, I reckon.
could, I guess, but I'd rather it be at Daytona.
Yeah.
And then I want them to put the All-Star race at Bowman Gray. Because I want to see how much they'll wreck each other for $1 million. Because that would
But
be
you can
crazy.
pretty much count on the fact that whoever's leading on whatever the last lap is not going to win that race.
No.
Yeah, but that's the show I want, because that would be electric, especially with the Madhouse fans. They'd be losing their mind there. And I think that's a big part of why Bowman Gray is so big, because of the fans.
Okay. Well, I'd say that's worth giving a shot and see what happens.
We're here.
At least that's in the summer,
Yeah, I got a good solution. We have 4 races at Charlotte. We do the Clash at Charlotte. We do the Coke 600 at Charlotte. We do the All-Star race at Charlotte. And then we're going back to the Oval anyway, so we just do the fight.
You can't do that anymore. Humpy's not there.
What? Oh, well.
Yeah. Who's going to promote it as good as he used to promote it?
I don't know.
Well, still Marcus Smith.
Huh?
He's
Yeah.
probably the best one they got now.
Yeah. That's still not Huffy. Nobody could outdo
No.
Huffy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you speaking about whoever's leading on the last lap or whatever, it makes me want to do a quick mention of the LCQ race. I thought that Corey LaJoy showed exactly why he doesn't have a ride and that he's not successful. I feel like he was just an idiot.
You saying you ought to make good decisions in a race car?
Yeah, and I feel like they were lacking at the end of that race. Because from what I heard, it sounds like he had the car to make it to the main, and his teammates were in the main, but he was smart enough to keep knocking Cindric out of the way and trying to get ahead of him. And so guess who was in position to get knocked right out of the way on the last lap?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was unable to watch it live, but yeah, I was listening to it in my truck coming home. I was thinking, get in third, get in third. You want to get in third, get in third. I couldn't see it, but they were telling how close he was. It just only made sense, be in third till the last lap.
And I think Cindric finally figured that part out because he kept going back and forth with him. I think with a couple laps to go, he just figured out, oh yeah, let me just stay here until the last lap and then
Yeah.
I'll get the position. I mean, that's just the smart thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely weren't getting first. I think
No.
there was like a 7-second gap to first place or something.
Yeah, he was gone, but I just
Yeah, Barry had checked
it
out.
it showed me why LaJoy is where LaJoy is. But that's all. Now, do y'all think this race shows anything about anybody for the season? Or
No.
Not really.
I'd agree with you. The only person I'm really curious is Zillish because I watched him and he started about dead last and he ran there. And then after about 50 laps, before all the madness in the halfway break, he got almost up to like 10th and he just started rolling. And then, of course, it all went off the rails, but it looked like he was already starting to figure things out that quick to me. And then, of course, that in the chaos, he got up to like the top 5, I think. Apparently, his dad said that back when he used to race karts in the rain, he was over a second and a half faster than anybody else he competed against. And second place in that division is now one of the biggest guys in Formula One, apparently.
Well, yeah. What I saw there was if you couldn't be first and second on the restarts in the rain, you were kind of screwed because everybody else was beating on each other so hard, nobody could get a decent run.
Yeah.
And one of you had to, it's like when Priest took the lead that time, he just about shoved Van Gisbergen into the wall. I mean, he never turned. He just kept straight. You got to turn sometime, buddy.
Yeah.
After that, I'd have had to hook him, but he wanted to win. I understand that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the only one. Don't get me wrong. There was a whole lot of people that
No,
forgot to turn when they got
everybody.
to the corner if somebody was on their outside.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess I'm just saying I was impressed because even before all that started, Zillish had already made up a lot of progress.
Yeah, he
from
didn't
where
go anywhere at the
started.
very beginning of the race.
No, and then about
Yeah,
70 laps in, he picked up like 7 spots.
Yeah.
He just started moving forward, and I was like, well, dang, he's already getting this figured out.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah,
Daytona's a whole different thing, so you won't really know
Yeah.
nothing there either.
I guess you mentioned Priest. I'm happy for him to finally get a win. He's one of the
Yeah, that one don't go in the books, I guess, but it is a win.
No, but I'm happy for him because, like with Briscoe, he's one of the last guys that made it on building his own cars and doing his own thing. He don't have money behind him. He's a pure racer. And he was talking about selling his house and moving back home a year or two ago because he thought he was out of a chance and it just wasn't going to work. So I was happy for him. And also the fact that 60 car wins the first race after we lose Biffle, and that was his Busch car number. And that car ain't won in a long time.
Yeah.
So I thought all that was cool.
He was definitely happy.
You got
Yeah.
a little too happy.
He got a little too happy,
But I was okay with it.
controversy there.
Well, Did you think Suarez was being a little targeted?
No, I think everybody was being a little targeted. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see one person out there that didn't get ran over at some point during the race. So you just took your lumps there and went on about your business. I mean, you
He
take
just
care
seemed to have it out for some specific cars.
I know, but at a race like that, I think you just go ahead and say at the end of the night, hey, buddy, good race. See you next week. I ran into somebody ran into me.
Yeah, but he was on the radio specifically talking
Oh, yeah.
about something.
Yeah,
that's what
that's just not the race to build a grudge off of, I don't believe.
I don't think he was building it off the race. I think he's still holding a grudge from last season.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
He's got
I guess I'll be curious to see how that builds.
Yeah.
But even Shane was saying, I guess he's happy he can hit me. He ain't my teammate no more.
Well, so do you reckon that's new, or do you think they didn't like each other at Trackhouse already?
I think Suarez has always, since Shane has came, Suarez has been upset with how much success Shane came over and got immediately and outshined him. I think he does not like that.
The man's better driver than you are, and it's just.
All right. Well, the bigger things with NASCAR, I guess they'll probably say no for this. This is our first experience with the 750 package. Can we tell anything yet?
No. Not a track like that. We'll see when we get to Bristol.
You need about 500 less at a track like that.
Yeah.
But we don't run any quarter-mile tracks, so that doesn't really matter.
Okay, and then the next thing, how do y'all feel about the situation with NASCAR allowing guys to come refuel whenever they said to start the race that you were not allowed to refuel?
Yeah, they had to do something in Austin. I mean, the pits are on the outside of the track. There was no good solution for that other than to do that. I don't understand why they didn't allow them to change tires. So.
Yeah.
Well, that was my next thing, but I want to stay on this fuel for a minute because there were guys that played a strategy to not start the race on a full tank. They just decided to put in as much as they thought they needed. And there were other guys that were smart enough to put in a full tank in case of whatever happened. And so you had the guys that gambled that started running out of fuel, while other guys were smarter and had enough to still make the whole race. And they changed the rules halfway through the race just because some people were gambling and they lost out. That you made that decision.
Right, but the race had already been on so long that they had to change television channels to finish showing.
I don't care. You had the rules to start the race. You don't change rules halfway through a race.
I've done it, but okay. I understand where you're coming from, but at that point, let's do something other than parking cars on the track and making the race go until midnight.
I think NASCAR should have been smarter and told them to fill their cars up to start with. That would have never happened.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever even considered not filling my tank up to start a race on a track like that.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, handling's not that big of a deal. It is a bit, but come on. I mean, you're knocking somebody out of the way to get in the next position.
Yeah.
You drive in, you hit them, you go past them. I mean, you got to have a little bit of turn, a little bit of drive off, but it's more about who you can push out of the way there.
Yeah, I just don't care for it because if you make your decision to gamble, then you should live with the consequences. You shouldn't get bailed out because they feel bad for you. Yeah. And Byron, I don't know if y'all saw, but he came in and got fuel before they said you were allowed to. But then because they allowed everyone else to, they let him get his position back instead of starting at the back. They let him go back up to like fourth. It was a mess. Like you said, I don't know that there was a right thing they could do, but it's just not right to me that the people that gambled got a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
If you were dumb enough to try it, then you should live with it.
Yeah, mess around, you find out. Lawsuit version of that saying.
And then I guess the other thing, like you said, the tires. We've talked about this in past with the rain tires, but I don't like that NASCAR decides for them when to run wets and when to run dries. You're big boys. You get paid to do this. It should be up to them. Like, I know they made Hocevar he went out there with dry tires because I guess they just weren't paying attention, and then they realized, and they're like, "Hey, you got to come back and put wet tires back on. You're not allowed to run those." Why? Why are you holding their hands?
So
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
if a crew chief or a driver feels comfortable enough driving with dries on, or vice versa, why shouldn't they have the choice?
Yeah, if they go out there and wreck it because that's the decision they made, that's on them. They get to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on
So I'm
that one.
saying, there's a line you have to be at in every type of sports or competitive something like that. You have to have rules, but at the same time, the thing that we talk about often that made NASCAR great was people would find ways around those rules, or they would make their own decisions and try to gain an advantage over somebody. So if everybody else thinks running wet's because the track's kind of wet, but you want to run dries and that gives you an advantage, go for it. But you're going to hold their hand. That makes it boring. Nobody wants to watch a race where everybody's told exactly what to do and how to run and everything like that.
Yeah.
You've done good so far, NASCAR. Start.
You've
Let's keep
done good
working
with
on
the
it.
entire off season and
Yeah.
all your talk. It's time to, now that there's action, continue it. Don't let it all go down the
Exactly.
drain.
Like don't settle for one like good thing. Like you've got to win, but don't settle for that because that's not gonna fix it overnight. Like a lot of things, you've done good things. You gave me the oval back at Charlotte. You got rid of the oval, thank God. And you got rid of the playoffs, but there's still a few other things.
Yeah,
To really
I
make
don't
this
see where that
a good
benefits
thing.
NASCAR at all to be telling them what to run.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah, what benefit is that? Has that to the race? That
does
puts
it save them
that
money
puts
or
a little more
something?
drama. Yeah, it puts a little more drama in the race. So is it?
Yeah.
Who's deciding to run these or those? I mean, heck, they give them two different
Exactly.
compounds of tires to run at some tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I will say, I want to give them a shout out for something cool they did. I don't know if y'all saw, but they said for fans that couldn't attend because of the delay, they would get 120% credit for tickets to any other race for the year except the 500 and the championship. So I think that was cool.
Yeah.
The right thing to do. So good job there. But I guess that's kind of all I have about the Clash, except I don't know if everybody's heard, but Denny done got hurt and tore his shoulder again. And he has to race hurt for the season because he doesn't want to miss 3 months for a surgery. I mean, what else can happen to him?
He's had a bad run at it. Or run of it, I reckon.
One thing after another after another.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a very funny coincidence that we've all been pushing for this season-long consistency, get rid of the one race thing, including Denny, and then the year he finally gets what he's wanted and probably is his best shot at a championship, he has to race injured, and if it was still the playoffs, he could go get that surgery and come back in 3 months and win a race and be back in it just like Kyle Busch did in 2015.
Yeah.
But instead he has to race hurt, which this is one of the things at NASCAR, that's why they didn't like the format, because they don't want guys racing hurt, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Man, it happens. Happened to Dale Earnhardt. Remember,
Do
he
y'all
raced
think-
hurt for a while.
Y'all think he's still gonna kind of be the Denny that he would be without being hurt, or will this affect him?
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. It's too early for me yet.
Yeah, I don't know the seriousness of it, of how it's going to affect that.
I mean, Denny's a tough cookie. I could see him not getting that affected by it, but I could also see a point where he's just kind of out of it this season.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bad, like holding up the rear every race, but
Just not
kind of
at his
middle of the
peak.
pack, maybe.
I'm just curious if he's lost his edge that he had last year. Just, I mean, because of being hurt and his stuff with his dad, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I hope he pushes through it because I really want him to still win the championship.
Is this his last season?
I
Like
think
on this
so.
contract, or is
Yeah.
that next year?
That's what I was trying to remember.
Because if next year, because I'm gonna say that's how they write the scripts. You know, they're gonna make this year he's down, and then next year just last year, and that's when he finally wins his championship.
Yeah, I
You
couldn't
see how these
remember
sports
if it was
writers work.
this year or next year.
But
Because I feel like it's this year, but I want to say it is next year. So I don't know.
I'm trying because I think he got that extension last year, and it was
Yeah,
a 2
I
year
think it was
extension.
2 years.
So that would be this year, and next year.
Yeah, so I think it is 2 more years. But whatever. That's it
I couldn't tell you.
for the Roval for me.
The Roval.
Oh, sorry. That's
No,
where I'm
I
going
don't
next.
know. It's gone. No, please. No more.
It's a
Sorry.
roll-free zone.
Yeah, that's it for Bowman Gray for me. Now let's talk about no more Roval.
I got that alert at work. I was scrolling on Twitter, like we were riding to the next job, and I was scrolling on Twitter, and I saw
X,
that. And,
that's X.
sorry, you're right. I'm misnaming things too. I saw it, and I think I must have yelled so loud the NASCAR execs heard me all the way over. In
Yeah, I had to make sure it
Charlotte
wasn't
or
AI.
something,
I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, somebody just put this out here. This is AI."
I said, did Jeff Gluck get drunk or something? He's posting no more Roval, and then other people started posting. I'm like, oh no, yeah.
Yep. I'm happy for it. I think most people are. Probably not Shane, but it was cool. Marcus Smith said that they have that there for future years, that it will come back at points, but right now they understand that this car does better on the oval, and that's where they need to be, and that's what they're going to do. And so I guess you got to give credit to him for making that change this close to the season starting too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting any schedule change at all.
And I can't remember a time that that's ever happened before. Frank,
No.
you might, but I can't remember.
I don't
Something
remember
like
one,
that
but that takes all the road course stuff out of the chase.
Yeah, and that was my next thing. Are y'all okay with there being no road course in the race?
I think it should have one, but whatever. We'll deal with it this year. But I think they need to go back and put one in it next year, maybe.
I think Watkins Glen, if you're going to throw one in there, Watkins Glen would be an excellent choice.
It used to be in the chase, and I think it should come back. Because, I mean, you think back to them crazy races like Marcus Ambrose and Brad Keselowski.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was his championship season. It was just a really good road course for that position. And, yeah, I'm okay with it because of how it turned out this year. But I believe in 27 they should put Watkins Glen back in.
And I could see him do it. I understand why they didn't do it this year, because it's easy to just say, well, we're not going to run the road course at Charlotte. We're going to run the oval. That's an easier change to do this close. But changing up an entire
they'd have
weekend.
Because I think right now Watkins Glen is in May, so they'd have to shift it back 4 or 5 months, which is honestly better weather out there. It's going to be cold out there in May, but it is what it is. Another big news. How about Cletus making his first truck start at Daytona next week on Friday?
Did he do what he needed to at Rockingham to get in, or I haven't seen anything?
He must have.
I don't think the test is until Tuesday.
Oh well, no, then obviously he hasn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
But
I don't see why he should.
I forget the exact wording, but NASCAR said he just had to put forth an effort, basically. Now he'd be good.
He had to slide a couple more dollars over the top.
Yeah, which brings me to my thing. I'm happy that Cletus is in, and I'm happy for him, and I think this is cool for the sport and everything. But I see people saying, and I mean, stuff like this NASCAR licensing is just starting to feel like a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Cletus, but does he have the qualifications to go running on NASCAR's top 3 divisions? And not to say that everybody else out there does, but just in general, I feel like people are getting this that aren't qualified.
Yeah.
That may be so, but I think he's probably put in enough laps at his track and some ARCA races and all that he can do a good enough job there in the truck series.
Yeah.
And he had somebody teaching him. He didn't just jump in and go, hey, look, Daddy, I'm going fast.
Yeah.
He did have Biffle out there kind of
Biffle's not
nurturing him along. So.
Yeah. And like I said, I am really happy for him. I think it's a good thing.
But I understand your point. Do we need to just throw anybody and everybody out there?
Not necessarily, but I am looking forward to Cletus, Butterbean, and Tony Stewart sharing a track at the same time. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, in the same team.
In the same team, yeah. Oh, is he doing Ram too? I didn't know Cletus was Cletus.
No, he's not. Sorry.
Oh.
He's running for Nice.
Okay.
I messed that up. But on the same track, that's cool.
That's cool.
See if they can get caught up in a Ricky Wreck house or Rick.
Is he running too?
Yep, his
Huh?
first ever truck race.
Ricky's racing.
Right there now.
And Michael McDowell. They're going to be a stacked field.
I want Hocevar out there. I want Hocevar and Cletus and Tony Stewart
truck
going.
races this year. But
Yeah,
I guess
he
not that.
might be at Daytona,
He's
actually.
got several truck races
Gosh,
this
that would
year.
make an
What,
awesome
12 or something? There's a
13.
bunch. Yeah, it's a pile of them.
I think he might be racing
Yeah,
Daytona.
throw him in there.
Dang, that's...
I'm about to
I
go
kinda
down there
wanna go
Friday
to the
night.
Friday
We're
race.
going Friday.
Yeah, we might need to get there a little earlier.
Well, dang. I guess you mentioned the Ram, though. I want to talk about the Ram show. They finally put out the last episode a couple days ago. I don't know that y'all have had a chance to watch most of it, but
Almost a little bit.
I've enjoyed it. I think it's really cool, and I hope it's something that gets continued by them or anybody else down the road, because it's just, I think for trying to grow the sport, it allows people to watch something that's pretty entertaining, and it's not a gimmick, hopefully. And it also shines light on a lot of guys, because there's 15 guys there and only one takes a seat, but them other 14 still get to do a lot of on-camera stuff and show you how good they are, and that puts their name out there for other people. And I thought it was really cool just trying all these different cars and karts at different road courses and ovals and here and there, and the other challenges were okay too, like doing the workouts and simulators and the commercials and branding and reporter interviews and all that stuff. Because I mean, it's all part of being a NASCAR. But I thought it was a really cool show. I enjoyed it. Upset that Carson Ferguson didn't win because he, I think, clearly outdrove those guys the most. I mean, he's a dirt guy, and I think he went out there and won a road course and an oval with a chicane. So, I mean, and he's super humble. So I just thought that he had kind of earned that ride. But for those that haven't seen, Minnie Tyrell gets it, and I'd be curious how this all played out, because there was a narrative kind of bringing him up a lot from the beginning. But I just wonder how they played it out to give him the points he needed to win at the end. Because, I mean, he still had to go out there and run good enough to outpoint them. But, I don't know. I think the format could use a little tweaking. For those that haven't seen it, they had 3 classes: the fast class, the middle class, and the slow class, which was based off of your times you ran. And regardless, if you were in the fast class and you won, you got 10 points. Second, 8. Third, 7, 6, 5. The middle class, same thing, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it wasn't fair, because exactly what happened, Minnie Tyrell won the seat by winning the middle class, while Carson Ferguson was in this fast class and got 4th. So he got less points, but he was in a higher class. And then they put him out there on the track together, and Carson outran him. So I think they need to work on that format a little bit. But I guess the concept of the show was really cool. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. Not a bad idea.
I guess y'all probably don't have much to say because you ain't seen it.
No.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw the same thing. It wasn't the best driver they got in.
Yeah.
But they said that when they started the thing. It's not all about just your driving ability. It has to do with how you can be as a teammate, how you handle yourself, in front of people.
Yeah.
So they all knew that going in.
Yeah. So that Carson Ferguson kid, since he won the final race, he still gets to run a truck race in their all-star truck at Martinsville. So I'm happy for that. And I will be shocked if other teams don't pick up some of these guys, just because, like I said, they were on camera. This puts their name out there, and a lot of them were good. So I would be shocked if a lot of these guys don't appear in this seat or that seat throughout the next year or so. Anyway, next. How about we get news that Carson Hocevar mention all his races he's getting all signed into the 2030s.
The next decade.
I feel like we ain't heard of a contract extension like that since the ones back in the 80s when they tell Darrell Waltrip, yeah, we're going to race with you for 10 years, and they'd never make it a year, but they said they would. This is a crazy long extension in modern times, I feel like.
Yeah, I think probably Gordon and Johnson will be the only ones that got what they call then lifetime contracts. Other than that, I don't know that anybody's gotten that. That's close to NASCAR. That's close to a lifetime contract now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, I guess I can't blame him. The dude's had the most speed over there, outshines all his teammates. He's their biggest personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you're an up and coming team, why wouldn't you keep him?
Awesome.
Yeah, he keeps their name out there anyhow.
Yeah.
If nothing else, and you know that's got to improve.
Yep.
Some of the shenanigans that he's done, and he's a personality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see him at the truck races and the
wearing Dale
middle
Jr.
class
shirts and all
races
that
and stuff like that, where he'll be up in the stands talking to fans and hanging out.
Yep.
Good for the sport.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I like him.
more news. Corey Heim. We've been wondering how much he'd get to race. They announced he gets 12 Cup races in the 67 car this year, which is a third of the season. I think that's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah.
The what car?
The 67.
What car? Is that still a thing? I don't know. I couldn't.
Well, Bob Parkers went out at Bowman Gray and checked for 6-7 inches of snow.
Yeah, he did this. That's right. I saw that video.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't leave that one in 25.
Nope.
There'll be something else soon to take its place.
But yeah, so Heim gets 12 races,
That's cool.
and
That's a third of the season.
yeah, I think that's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah.
Do we know what tracks he's racing on?
His first one's a 500.
Ooh.
I don't know the rest of them. And I'm assuming he'll get more races in some trucks here or there and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we will see. But it's good that he'll have somewhere pretty regularly. And I only got two more small things. I just thought this was funny. I wanted to mention they made the Joey Logano rule this past week.
Yeah.
And there's no more redirecting of air with your hand or fingers when going onto the track for qualifying. Now, somebody posted and said, who will be the first guy to test the definition of hand?
What you mean, like putting like your forearm out the window?
Yeah, because
or your
it said
elbow
hand
over?
or fingers, so
Yeah.
you can do all
Yeah.
kind of different stuff. But I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I really would be curious how much time that gains you versus not doing it. What do you? Do
Can't
y'all
be
have any
much, right?
guess? Like 1,000th of a second or something?
It can't be much. I mean,
Yeah. It's
I don't
almost
even know
so
what it is.
infinitesimal. It's like more mental than anything.
Yeah. It's just crazy that with how close they are these days, that's what it comes down to. Whether you got your hand covering a gap in your window. But whatever. The only other thing I wanted to mention, if people can get away from the politics, and yeah, we're NASCAR people here, but I thought it was really cool that IndyCar is running the 250 around DC. My only question is, why aren't we? Can we not do those streets?
I said that.
I know.
Remember when we were talking about, hey, where should we move the street course next year? America's 250th anniversary. I had that. I remember I saw that on
Yeah.
X the other day that they were running that IndyCar thing, and I went, what?
Yeah,
Are you doing this to me? It's the wrong motorsport series I wanted to see.
yep. That's why I just wonder, is it because of
I
their
forgot about
streets?
that.
Can our cars not race good there, or is it just...
I've been there. I don't know why they couldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
That just disappointed me.
Yeah.
Because I
If
just...
they can do those, they can clear the streets to do those. They can certainly do it for the Cup cars.
Like, imagine how cool that would be. You get Kyle Busch in his Star Spangled Car going across in front of the White House.
Yeah, crashing through the fence at the White House.
Well, yeah, that too.
Not necessarily him, but just
No, he does pretty solid on the road courses or street
does
courses.
do
Yeah.
our
I think he finished top 5 at all the road courses last year and street course. But
Yeah.
yeah, that it's really cool. I like that IndyCar is there. I just wish it was NASCAR.
the Great American.
I wonder why it's.
Motorsport.
I want to know why it's not. I want somebody to explain why that didn't happen.
The Navy base is cool too, but I
It
just like
is.
you. To me, you were not gonna beat a 4th of July weekend street course around Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Like,
Washington or maybe even Philadelphia.
yeah, or Philadelphia. It's just something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's July 4th weekend? I think that's Rockingham. Not Rockingham. What am I? The other Chicagoland.
Yeah.
That's the one. The track they're bringing back.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
you know.
I wonder if it just comes down to. I think Penske and Trump are friends, so that might have been easier for them to make that happen. But I don't know.
It's just kind of disappointing it's not us. But
maybe that opens, even though it won't be the 250th, it opens an opportunity.
Yeah, let's do 251.
yeah,
Shouldn't we celebrate every birthday?
that's right. I celebrate America every birthday. I shoot fireworks for it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess whatever for NASCAR. But that is cool, and I'm excited for that. They said the last
I'll
race.
watch that race. Yeah.
The last race there was the horse race back in 1801.
Huh.
So
It's been a few weeks.
Just a few.
yeah, days. But anyway, that's all the news I got. Y'all got anything you want to add?
I got one shout out I want to give. I guess it's kind of a sad shout out, but it is. If anybody knows the band 3 Doors Down, they made that awesome song "When I'm Gone." That's very synonymous with Dale Earnhardt. You see it every Dale Earnhardt, and even the number 3 in their logo is looks like Dale Earnhardt 3. Their lead singer died yesterday or 2 days ago, something like that. Brad Arnold died, and I just wanted to shout that out because it's just, to me, like when I hear that song or when I even hear 3 Doors Down, I just always think somebody doing either a Dale Earnhardt or a NASCAR video or something, and you get that in the background and stuff. So it's almost like a little voice of a NASCAR died. I mean, I know it's not really the biggest NASCAR news, but it's just, to me, it's so synonymous.
Yeah. I guess that's a little interesting. Just they're gonna do the Earnhardt tribute this week for his 25 years of being gone.
Yeah. I hope they play that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even think about that. You guys weren't even born.
Yeah.
When he got killed.
Yeah.
But yet here you are talking about him. That's you can imagine if you're still talking about him now, the popularity he had in the sport then.
Yeah. That's the thing that people I've told people, they're like, hey man, they always talk about, if I had time travel, I would go back and do this, or I'd stop this or whatever. I'm like, I just want to go watch Dale Earnhardt race. I'd go watch Dale Earnhardt race or Richard Petty or somebody.
I mean, I've talked to the most random people that just, they are as far from any knowledge of racing as you can get, or the United States or anything, and they know the name Dale Earnhardt today, and they weren't allowed back then either.
They know that number 3.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I guess thoughts out to his family and
They had some good songs.
yeah. But I think that's all we got. And we will be at the Daytona 500.
Yep.
For anybody else that sees this or will be there. So if you see us, say hey. And we'll see y'all after that or coming soon, maybe midweek this week. We'll have our predictions for the season. So check those out. Let us know who y'all got predicted to do what this year. And we'll see y'all then. Bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.